guys, welcome back to my channel for yet another what I eat in a day. But today we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna go a little bit different and we're gonna go full vegan. As most of you guys know, I don't eat meat, but I still dabble in a little bit of fish, a little bit of dairy, but I kind of want to take my diet to eventually go full vegan, and I like to go through kind of phases of being more strict, to try it out, see how I feel, see how the recipes work out. And today is one of those days. I'm going to show you guys how delicious, how lovely, and how easy it can be. And we're going to kick things off with my famous ultimate breakfast sandwich. So ever since I stopped eating meat, I tried to make it my mission to search far and wide for the best meat substitutes, you know, because I still love the flavor of meat and it's a sacrifice, you know, and I'm a full believer that everyone would happily go vegan if the meat substitutes tasted just as good, right? And I know it's early days, I know things are still a bit more processed, but you know, we're coming a long way. It's getting really close, and look, there's some delicious alternatives we have at the moment. For starters, Beyond Meat breakfast sausages. These are absolutely fantastic. They taste just like a cheeky little breakfast sausage. And for the bacon, bacon's a very, very hard one to replicate, but Sweet Earth have done a fantastic job with the bacon they do. It's got this hickory kind of smoke flavor. Again, I know it's processed, but it's breakfast time. We're gonna get a nice big breakfast. We're gonna have the calories because we're gonna burn it off throughout the day. So right, get the frying pan out, bit of olive oil, add in the sausages. It is 10:30 a.m. right now, so it's a bit of a late breakfast, but I feel like I've been having breakfast later and later these days, especially, you know, being a father and having a newborn. Like, he is our priority. So whatever happens in the morning, he's our main focus, right? But then I'm also getting deeper with all my rituals, my morning meditation, my breath work. I now do like cold plunge and exercise, and I'm trying to kind of get these things done, even though we got work, we got a newborn. It's all these things, trying to get that balance, but also still prioritizing the mindfulness, that kind of stuff, because I need to be that rock, so the family are good, so my wife's good, so the baby's good. So trying to make sure you have time, but also trying to make sure you give yourself time for your mental health. Add the bacon. And look guys, I know I talk about meditation far too much, but I cannot tell you how amazing it is for you. I even read a stat the other day that said meditation increases your empathy brain cells by 700 to 800%. 700, that's nearly 1,000%. Who wouldn't want to feel nearly 1,000% more empathy? It's crazy. So go meditate, come on. Then I'm gonna add a few mushrooms. And I often like cooking things in the same pot, you know, really get those flavors, they get infused, they really get to know each other, you know? They hang out, become friends until I eat them. Then we're gonna add some spinach. So as the spinach is whistling down, we got the bread and the toaster. You guys know how to do that. We don't need to show you that. But then for the cheese, my favorite vegan cheese, and that has been one of the hardest things to find a good cheese, but Chow cheese. Wow, this is so good. If you haven't had it before, fully recommend it. It just gives that creamy vibe. It tastes great, just delightful. Right, and then we'll assemble. We have our lovely bit of toast with our lovely bit of chow. Gonna add our bacon. We'll add our spinach and mushroom mix, sliced tomato, bit of freshness, pop the top on, and everything's a bit better with a little bit of baked beans. English Heinz baked beans. We got some English HP sauce to go as well. Now breakfast is served. Right, a lovely bit of brekkies. Brunch, if you will, but I'm so hungry, I'm so excited. Let's get straight in with the beans. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at that beauty. So a lot of people have been asking me like why I don't eat meat, and also kind of how was that transition to giving up meat, because you know, like most people, right, I love the flavor of meat. I hate being an inconvenience. I think that was one of the biggest things that took me so long to stop, was because I didn't want to be a fussy person. I pride myself on being easygoing, you know, one of the group, and I was really trying to kind of educate myself on it because I wanted to understand what's going on, because I think in a world of information, ignorance is a choice, you know? So I wanted to educate myself, watch these documentaries, really learn what's going on from the slaughterhouses to just the planet, all that stuff. And obviously, like everything, right? The more you learn, the more you realize how just screwed up it is and how heartbreaking it is. And then I realized, you know, things you can't control, you have to let go of, you know? And that's not being just like, oh, there's nothing I can do, the world's ruined anyway, it doesn't matter. But things you can control, that align with your principles, that's what you can take control of. And for me, stop eating meat, knowing that at least I'm playing my part, I'm doing something, I'm leading by example, because the more good you do, the more good you get. This is something that aligns with my values, and I know that I'll never go back to eating meat now, because I know this is something that I get so much pride of, just knowing I'm doing my part. So, and it tastes great now, you know, just a little bit of practice, a little bit of good recipes, you're fine, you won't miss it. Right, I've had enough of brekkies now. Let's get on some lunch. Right guys, it is lunchtime. We just got Lennon down to sleep. He's having a little nap. He's been so well behaved. He's been sleeping so well. So before he proves me wrong, let's make something quick, something delicious, and something high quality. And you guys have heard me talk about Green Chef before, and that's not gonna stop anytime soon, because number one, they are literally my favorite meal service company. They cater to vegan, paleo, keto, all that stuff. They have over 30 recipes per week. Number two, I didn't even have to leave the house. They just arrive. And obviously with a newborn, you know, leaving the house is an ordeal. So that's simple. Number three, they're sponsoring this video, so I should probably say something nice about them. But you guys know how much we've loved HelloFresh, and they own Green Chef now, and obviously Green Chef being more catered to my diet, I'm so happy. It's so delicious. It's really pushing me out of my kind of creative zone as well, with delicious meals with such a wide range. Plus they're a USDA certified organic company, so you know you're getting high quality, clean ingredients straight to your door, all pre-measured, so no wastage. And they offset 100% of their plastic and carbon, so they're the most sustainable. Their recipes are so easy to make, and you learn while you cook. Like, I never would have guessed to put apricot and tofu together, but it tastes incredible, I promise you. And this is what they do. They push you out your comfort zone, you learn some new recipes, and that's what's so great about them. So if you guys are interested, head over to greenchef.us/BenJolliffe125 and type in the code BenJolliffe125 for $125 off plus free shipping off your first box. So if you guys are interested, head over there, and for now, let's make some apricot and tofu. Right, so first we better get a butternut squash. We're gonna scoop out the seeds. We're gonna slice off the skin. Then we're gonna give it a chop into 1/2-inch cubes. Right, then we're gonna get a baking sheet, and then we drizzle with olive oil, get some salt going on. Perfect, we're gonna throw that in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. Oh, phew, we got the tofu. We're gonna get it out. Then we're gonna slice in half, perfect. Press out any water with paper towels. Then we get the frying pan out. Then we're gonna add our tofu. And you just wanna let them fry about 3 to 4 minutes undisturbed, get them nice and brown, get the flavor, get the texture, get the crunch. Add a touch of water, and then our lovely apricot sauce. Then just give it a nice little stir in. Perfect, and then we'll set this aside. Then we'll get our couscous. We'll add in our tahini sauce, our crushed pistachios, and some green onions. Give it a little stir. Excellente, what an entree. Then we're gonna plate up. Perfect, and our lovely apricot tofu is ready to serve. Right then, we have our lovely apricot tofu. Let's see what it's like. I mean, I've had it before, but obviously you guys have got to see the live action shot, you know? So good, guys, I must say. Especially for the fact that, you know, I'll be honest, recently, we've been getting takeout a few times, you know? Look, we're always looking for excuses, you know? It's like, oh, it's Friday, it's Saturday, oh, let's get a takeout. Especially now we have a newborn, because he's our priority. He takes up most of our time, so cooking and eating clean food can be quite difficult, you know? But it's also a big priority, especially for Jen, you know, being the mother and the food source for our baby. So eating clean ingredients, I think, is so important. And this kind of stuff's amazing. And even for Jen, like, she's what we like to call a flexitarian. I don't even know if this is an actual thing, but someone that kind of will sometimes eat no meat and sometimes eat some meat. And at the moment, there's too much, like, we're either one or the other. It's too much like extreme bam, 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 right, left, good, bad, all this kind of stuff where it's quite hard to find that balance, somewhere in the middle. It's that mind of the matter as well, like trying to give yourself something to be dedicated towards that align with the principles, if you're interested. Right, so it is dinner time, and for dinner, we're gonna make a lovely English shepherd's pie. If you've never heard of a shepherd's pie before, I think traditionally it was made with putting a bunch of leftover meats in there. You got your veggies, you've got a layer of mash over the top. It's delightful, but we're gonna be a little bit more gentle and use lentils. And obviously, you know, we can make this in bulk, so having the kid means we can eat this throughout the week. So very happy with that. We're gonna start things off with a little bit of onion. We're gonna give it a chop. Perfect, we'll throw that in a bowl. Right, then we're gonna get 5 cloves of garlic and give them a fine chop. I don't know if anyone else does this, like, you know when you look at a recipe and it says 1 clove of garlic, that means 6, right? I mean, I feel like you have to like at least quadruple the amount of garlic that they suggest. You can never have too much garlic, unless you're trying to kiss someone, then you can, but my wife's stuck with me, so can't get rid of me. Perfect, we'll set that aside. We'll get a pot out, add some olive oil, then we're gonna add our onion and garlic. And then you wanna cook this for about 5 minutes until nice and soft. Right, then I'm gonna add a touch of tomato paste, add some salt, pepper, and then we want 1.5 cups of lentils, and then we add 4 cups of vegetable broth. Then we'll add a couple of sprigs of thyme. Right, then we bring it to a boil, then we get the lid out, then we cover it and simmer it for about 30 to 40 minutes until it gets nutritious and delicious. For the mash, I've already boiled it and cooked it. You guys know how to do that bit. We're gonna need a lovely bit of almond milk. Then we're gonna use Mykonos vegan butter. It's absolutely delightful. You better believe it. Pop it in there. Plenty of salt, plenty of pepper. Then I'm gonna add a cheeky bit of Dijon mustard. Delicious. Then we'll give it a good old-fashioned mash. Right, perfect, the mash is good. Let's set that aside. Right, so let's have a look at the lentils. They are looking lovely. They're getting nice and thick. And here we're just gonna add some frozen veggies. And then we wanna just cook this for the last 10 minutes or so. Now let's pop it all in a dish. We're gonna grease the sides with olive oil. Then we're gonna add our meat mix. Then we're gonna add our lovely mash over the top. And I use the fork to make lovely little lines. Then we're gonna use Violife Parmesan, pop that on top, and then just top with a little bit of olive oil, just to help it crisp up a little bit. Look at that. Now all we have to do is pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes until it's brown, beautiful, and ready to eat. Wow, this is looking absolutely lovely. Now all we have to do is eat it. Oh my Lord, this looks absolutely lovely. And as I said, you know, we have plenty for leftovers, so we're gonna have a very happy wife. The lentils pack so much flavor, they absorb so much, so it feels meaty. Fantastic. And I know what it's like when you have a newborn, right? You wanna be present, you wanna enjoy every moment, but I keep catching myself, you know, looking forward to the future, like being a kid with him, talking with him, playing hide and seek, and not feeling weird that I'm 36 years old, but even this, you know, cooking good food with him, eating good food with him. I can't wait for that chapter. And I know a lot of people ask, like, if I'd want to bring up my son, you know, not eating meat and all that stuff, but I'm not gonna force anything upon my son. I think, like, as a parent, I think one of the worst things you can do is enforce these beliefs, and you gotta do this because we went to this college, we ate this, and this is what we do, you gotta believe in this. And look, it's all out of love, completely understand that, but I feel like if I try and push that on him, he's gonna become like the biggest meat eater ever, right? So I think, you know, just living by example, teaching him to, you know, appreciate all life and all people and have manners and all that kind of stuff, but let him make his own choices, because I think that's really important as well.
Wow, this looks amazing.
Do you like a bit, babe? I know your eating allocation time is not quite yet, but you want a little bit?
I always eat up the leftovers. Wait, what?
Lentils are mental. And it's so easy. You guys saw. You'll see later if you watch it.
I will watch it. Dude, this is so amazing.
First review. Always a bit biased. You know what I mean? Love it. Look at that glowing review. Right, on that note, I'm going to keep eating this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Green Chef, again for sponsoring this video. As always, I've been Ben. You have been fantastic. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.